Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Strap in because what I'm about to tell you is a game changer, and it's been buzzing around the NFL circles for a while now. There's a lot of tension brewing, not just on the field but behind the scenes, and it involves one of the Eagles' key players, A.J. Brown. Yeah, that's right, the Pro Bowl wide receiver who's been such a huge part of Philadelphia's offense. There are rumors swirling that Brown might be on the move, and it's not just talk. The latest from Diana Rossini points to some serious contract tensions, with reports indicating that Brown could be holding out of training camp in 2025. Now, hold on, because this isn't just about a disgruntled player, it's about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake the entire NFC landscape. According to the reports, the Eagles are exploring options, and one of the teams showing interest is the Green Bay Packers. Yes, the Packers, who are currently sitting at a solid 4-2 record, are looking to bolster their offense, and Brown has become a hot commodity. The rumors suggest a deal that involves the Packers sending a first-round pick in 2026 and WR Christian Watson to Philadelphia. This isn't just a simple swap, folks. It's a strategic move that could have enormous implications for both teams. For the Eagles, it's about clearing cap space, around $20 million, to make upgrades elsewhere, particularly on the defensive side, which has been a concern this season. For the Packers, it's about adding a proven playmaker to complement Romeo Doubs, and most importantly, giving Jordan Love a reliable target to help him take that next step as a quarterback. Now, let's break down A.J. Brown's impact. Since arriving in Philadelphia, Brown has been nothing short of spectacular. He's been a multiple-time Pro Bowler, and in 2025, he's exploded with 32 receptions, 468 yards, and 4 touchdowns in just 6 games. That's an average of 14.6 yards per catch, and his PFF grade of 91.2 puts him firmly in the top tier of NFL receivers. His career stats are impressive, over 800 yards and 48 touchdowns, with an overall PFF grade of 90.4. He's a guy who excels in contested catches, with a career rate of 65%, and in red zone situations, he's a nightmare for defenses, averaging 2.1 contested catches per game. His strength in slant routes with a success rate of 78% makes him a perfect fit for the Eagles' offense, which relies heavily on quick contested catches and yards after the catch. But here's the thing, this season has seen some injury setbacks for Brown. After a concussion in Week 2, he struggled to stay on the field, and last year, a knee injury limited him to just 12 games. Still, when healthy, Brown's impact is undeniable. His historical averages, around 100 yards per season, along with his low drop rate of just 2.4%, make him one of the most reliable wideouts in the league. And this trade, if it happens, is going to be a huge boost for the Packers, who are looking to turn their offense into a more explosive unit. Brown's ability to stretch the field and make contested catches could elevate Jordan Love's efficiency dramatically. His projected yards, over 200 with the Packers, and his ability to create mismatches will open up so many options for Love and the Green Bay offense overall. Now, shifting gears for a moment, let's talk about the Eagles' perspective. They're currently sitting at 3-3, and their offense has been somewhat inconsistent, averaging only about 220 yards per game. Trading Brown for Christian Watson and a pick might seem like a loss on paper, but the Eagles are prioritizing extensions for Jalen Hurts and shoring up their defensive unit, which has struggled this year. They're looking to free up cap space, around $20 million, to make those moves happen, and this deal fits right into that plan. Watson, who has scored 3 touchdowns in 2025 and has a PFF grade of 78.6, brings speed and potential, especially when paired with Brown's explosiveness. It's a calculated move, focusing on strengthening their core, especially the defense, which ranks 15th in points allowed, giving up about 22 points per game. The Eagles are aware that to make a real Super Bowl push again, They need to improve on that side of the ball, and clearing Brown's hefty cap hit is a step in that direction. But the big story here is the ripple effect. For the Packers, adding Brown means transforming their offense into a more dynamic and explosive unit. Brown's ability to gain yards after the catch, his success rate in contested catches, and his overall route running will give Jordan Love the kind of weapon he's been craving. His presence could elevate the Packers' red zone efficiency, boosting their TD rate from around 1.4 to over 2 per game, which is a massive upgrade. And when you combine that with Watson's speed, you're looking at a duo that can stretch defenses vertically and create mismatches all over the field. This could lead to a significant jump in their offensive EPA per pass, from around 0.14 to 0.30, which is a huge improvement and could accelerate their climb in the NFC standings. Now, let's consider the broader implications for the NFC playoff picture. The Packers are already on the rise, and with Brown added, their odds of making a deep playoff run get even better. DraftKings currently has their Super Bowl odds at +1,500, but with this move, those odds could jump to +800, reflecting the increased confidence in their chances. Brown's track record against zone defenses is particularly impressive, averaging around 7.5 yards per target, making him a perfect X-factor in playoff matchups, especially against teams like the Eagles themselves or other NFC contenders. His ability to find soft spots in zone coverage and come down with contested catches can be game changers in tight playoff games. For the Eagles, this trade signifies a strategic pivot. They're not backing down, but rather focusing on strengthening their defense and extending Jalen Hurts, who's been a revelation this season. The priority remains clear. They want to contend again and bring that Super Bowl trophy back to Philadelphia. But they also recognize that, in a league where every detail matters, making tough decisions now could pay off later. The upcoming trade deadline on November 4th will be critical. Will the Eagles hold on to Brown and try to squeeze more out of their current roster? Or will they pivot and make a deal that might hurt in the short term but could set them up for a future title run? Now, let's talk about the timing of all this. The NFL trade deadline is always a tense period, filled with uncertainty and last-minute deals. The Eagles have historically been aggressive in making moves when the opportunity arises, and this season seems no different. Their focus on improving the defense is understandable. They've got some talented players, but consistency has been an issue. Adding a player like Christian Watson is a move that could pay dividends if Brown is traded, as it balances out the roster, giving Hurts more weapons and the defense some breathing room to grow. And for the Packers, this is a chance to make a statement. They've been competitive all season, and acquiring Brown could be the spark they need to push for a playoff spot and maybe even sneak into the NFC Championship picture. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade also ties into the overall narrative of the NFL this year. Teams are not hesitating to shake things up, to make bold moves in pursuit of a championship. The Eagles, with their strong core and talented roster, are still favorites in many eyes, but the NFC is more competitive than ever. The 49ers, Cowboys, and even the Lions are all vying for that top spot, and the Packers adding a player like Brown could tip the scales in their favor. It's fascinating to see how one trade can influence so many different storylines, from playoff seeding to Super Bowl odds. And let's not forget the personal stories here. A.J. Brown's journey has been inspiring, coming from a second-round pick to one of the league's premier receivers, and now potentially being part of a blockbuster trade that could shape the rest of his career. Similarly, Jordan Love's development as a quarterback is closely linked to how well he can utilize new weapons, and Brown's addition could be the key piece that unlocks his full potential. The chemistry between Watson and Brown in Green Bay has the makings of an explosive combination, and it's exciting to think about the fireworks we might see in the coming weeks. In conclusion, folks, this entire situation is a reminder of how dynamic the NFL truly is. Teams constantly adapt, and this trade window could redefine the NFC landscape. The Eagles are betting on stability, extension talks with Hurts, and defense upgrades, while the Packers are looking to turn their offense into a powerhouse with the addition of Brown and Watson. It's a chess game, and the clock is ticking toward November 4th. As fans, we should be excited because whatever happens, it will undoubtedly make this season even more thrilling, more unpredictable, and more fun to watch. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Are you worried about losing Brown, or do you see this as a smart move to build something greater? Do you think the Eagles will make a blockbuster move of their own before the trade deadline? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. Thanks for being with us, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.